Hi, Hillside. Well, today I want to share with you something from our young adults Bible study. And in that study, we are going through Zechariah. And this is, like I mentioned on Sunday, actually, a book to a prophet, words from a prophet, from after the time of Ezra and Nehemiah, when after Israel had been scattered and Jerusalem was destroyed, they were able to return and they began to rebuild the city, and they've rebuilt the walls, and now they are still in the process of rebuilding the temple. And God is assuring them that it will be done and encouraging them to finish the work. And in Zechariah 8, he begins out and he's talking about how they were before, when they were scattered, and he says, the word of the Lord and the word of the Lord of hosts came, saying, Thus says the Lord of hosts, I am jealous for Zion with great jealousy, and I'm jealous for her with great wrath. Thus says the Lord, I have returned to Zion and will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem. And then later talks about there will now be old and young in the city. There will be playing in the streets and happiness and delight. And in verse 6 says, Thus says the Lord of hosts, if it is marvelous in the sight of the remnant of this people in those days, should it also be marvelous in my sight, declares the Lord of hosts. And the first thing that I thought was interesting about this was the way that he says, I'm jealous for Zion with great jealousy, just meaning this desire to be with them and wants them. They have been scattered, and scattered for good reason, but and jealous for her with great wrath. And then he's going to dwell with them. And so wrath, I'm associating with anger. But then he's saying, I'm returned to dwell in the midst of them. So if you're angry, yet you want to dwell with them. And I just had this realization of, a picture of God's love as like a father, that it pained him. It was difficult for him to have to be separated with them and to have to scatter them, to have to turn them over to their messes. It hurt him. It pained him. He wants to bless them. He wants to dwell with them. And he delights in their delight when he says, if it's marvelous in your eyes, should it not be marvelous in mine? Seeing the happiness on their faces and finding joy in their joy. And I had this realization of that's how God sees us, and that he wants to be able to bless us and prosper us. So I thought, well, he wants to bless. It pains him to have to be separated. He wants to be able to bless us. So position yourself for those blessings, right? Turn to him, follow his ways, submit to him, have a relationship with him so that he can pour out his blessings on you and delight in your delight and have joy with you. So that's my message for you today. I hope you will find joy in that and receive those blessings from him. See you next time.